So we've got a game against Rescue Ace. This was a few days back, so I'll be honest, I don't really remember what happened in it. But somehow managed to win, so let's see. Starts with his Pearly cards. Now, one of the interesting things about Rescue Ace is that you have weird hands like this, where this hand is kind of bad but kind of good. Like, if they have Ash, this hand sucks. Whereas if they have Ash, this hand is terrible. But if they don't, then this hand lets you like extend in such a crazy way. But yeah, we're going to get his standard Pearly plays. Now, to be fair, I did greed a little bit. When you have two imperms, I feel like it makes more sense to just let him go into Noir and then imperm it so that he can't get the set from deck. So I did greed a bit, but I think fortunately I wasn't hugely punished because he didn't have an RR. He didn't have an extra quick play. Or I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he didn't. But then he goes into Delicious, attaches a bunch of stuff. Now, I always get confused. I feel like he can rank up there, but maybe he can't, I don't know. But yeah, now a top deck Airlifter, which isn't amazing. Airlifter is basically these two cards again, which doesn't do anything. So from here, I'm pretty much playing for SP. Now, I don't know this, and so in my head, I'm thinking, oh damn, has he drawn into some hand traps? That might suck. But I'm just going to start playing. Now, the nice thing here as well is that I don't really need to commit to outing his back row and stuff, in my opinion. Like, I don't need to commit to outing any of this because his card doesn't really do anything. Now, he does do this attach, which is a little bit irritating, but in terms of interruption, this isn't anything, and I feel as though he would have interrupted me before if he did have an interruption. So yeah, as you can see here, I'm going to add Turbulence, and then I think I'm going to add Turbulence and then do some rank plays, because the idea here is, okay, I don't think he has Nib or anything. I don't think he has anything to really stop me. Let's out as many of his cards as I can without kind of messing up too much. Now, one thing I've started to realize as well is if you're playing the Terahertz lines, you always want to be summoning Hydrant in one of the EMZ zones for Reaprodocus. Even if you're playing Reaprodocus, just pretty much always summon your Hydrant in zones 2 or 3, or 2 or 4. That's a mistake I've made loads of times. I don't know if it actually ends up hurting me here, but if you don't do that, you're going to keep on having these issues where you link weirdly or you link wrongly and then you can't make. So I think it actually did happen here. Yeah, I couldn't make Reaprodocus there, so I had to do some weird shuffling to go here and use an extra card that I didn't need to use. But as you can see, I'm going to link up, go into Access Code Talker and pop his back rows because I don't like those cards. And I'm trying to think, how do I get rid of the plant? Then it's like, okay, fuck it, just make the second SP. It doesn't matter. I don't think he's going to be able to play through another one. So he makes Pearly. I know the only way he wins here is if he has Happy in hand. He doesn't have Happy in hand. So, and I accidentally set 2 Emergency. I didn't mean to do. I meant to set 1 Reinforce. So Pearly's going to get popped, which denies a lot of his plays. And the thing is, without Happy, that Pearly, it's just so painful for them because that Pearly gets popped, they can't use it, and then you just contain the Lily and they lose. So you can see here, he starts with a pretty good hand. He's got hand traps, he's got plays, he's got Prosperity, hand traps, and Pearly, which is nice. Now, one interesting thing about the Pearly matchup as well is post side, I actually try and only use board breakers now, and that's because the thing about Pearly is they actually have to discard a lot of their non-engine to play sometimes. So turn 1, they'll start with 5 cards, and unless they're using like a special Dark World engine or something, you're going to see a lot of the times they have to go down to 0 cards or go down to 1 card and then start searching it, etc, etc. The draws they get will be in the standby, which means that I'd rather have the fact that I know that I'm just playing against Pearly engine and no one knows, than interrupt them with a random Ash or Imperm and then there's 2 cards in their hand that I don't know, there's 2 cards set that I don't know. So it's something you'll see a lot where I hold hand traps against Pearly, not because it's like I can't interrupt them, but sometimes it's like I don't even want to risk it. Now I do a little bit of an idiotic play here. I knew he had Phantasme and I still went into SP just out of the back row, which I really didn't need to. I feel like that was just unnecessary greed. Now I don't get too hard punished for it, I don't think. But it's still just unnecessary greed. I actually do think I get hard punished, to be honest. I might lose this game, we'll see. But yeah, I really didn't need to do that, especially knowing he has Phantasmate on the board. So as you can see, I'm going to get my set 4. He's going to Ash that, which is fine. I was hoping if I SP do that, he might trigger Phantasmate and just waste this card. He did not. I'm going to add Ash because I know if I can stun one of his quick plays, that's going to be quite useful for me. And then the cards come back. Now, this is the kind of bad situation I'd say, though. You don't really want to be in this situation against Pearly sometimes because he was top decking then. If he didn't draw Nib, he would have had a chance. If he had drawn Lily or something, he could have just put Field Spell and then I wouldn't have been able to interact. Luckily, he draws Nib and then he can't play. But yeah, that's the game, guys. So I guess this is how to not play against Pearly optimally, but I managed to win anyway. Yeah, I'll see you in the next one.